Let's get hard.
Let's get hard.
But just because someone else might weigh 100 kilos,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And who gives a fuck if
Yeah.
they do?
Yeah. Well, it's none of our
But
business.
they
Who
might
cares?
be
None of our
really
business.
fucking happy, and
Yeah.
they might be physically fitter than you
Yeah.
were, and do you know what I mean? So that's where my brain is like, that's your story. So
Yeah.
you were unhappy at that way.
Yeah.
So then you're projecting that onto the rest of the world.
Yeah, for sure as well. But I think the flip side for me is I agree with you on that. I agree with anybody. If you're happy with how you are, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I think like Lizzo, because she's a trigger for me.
Yes.
She-
So talk about the trigger of Lizzo.
Yeah.
Is it because she sort of promotes it
She
as a
promotes
good thing?
it as this is like a healthy lifestyle. And I don't think you can say that she's
But,
healthy.
but this is the thing. This is where it's like,
'Cause she's-
but you don't know.
But
Oh, you mean,
But this
do
is where
you mean
she's-
mentally healthy or like?
I'm being like
No,
physically.
But this is where, okay, so this is where you want to dive into like fat phobia and stuff, right?
I'm not scared of fat.
No,
But
but,
yeah, I
like,
know what
but
you
you
mean.
could have been, and that maybe if you go dive into because really a lot of us are, because from a young age there was like the dieting industry is so like diet
just had
culture
a
is like
nutritionist
billions
on last
and
week,
billions
yeah.
and billions
Yeah.
and billions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
And so we're marketed 24/7 to be scared of being fat. And then everyone else then they shame other people for being fat and everything. And it's like, so that's why I asked you, that was your story, right? And
Yeah.
so when you're seeing someone out there who is confident, who is saying, and but who's to say that she doesn't eat healthy, she goes to the gym, she looks after herself internally, and she's just that size.
I disagree with that because I've
Yeah.
seen her do interviews talking about having snack bars in her drawers and like eating unhealthily.
why can't she live like that?
Oh no! I don't think she. Yeah, that's not an issue.
If I had a kid,
What's your issue with it though?
Promoting it as a healthy lifestyle, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, that would be mine as well. Promoting it as a healthy lifestyle, because if we were to promote that as a healthy lifestyle, we already see, and this is like NHS, and I don't like to use the NHS as fucking my thing because I think they're corrupt as shit. But
but isn't it funny how they're the ones that have like, we live our lives of what's so healthy,
know.
but then we're like, oh, do we trust them?
Yeah. So they're the contributing factors to obesity and overweight is obviously diet and nutrition,
Stress.
The
Biggest one.
alcohol, exercise, even
certain hormones.
Certain hormones. There was a predisposition, and Corey talked about this last week, a genetic predisposition to people who store fat differently.
Yeah. That's me.
But even it says on there, that doesn't, it says on the website, and I can't remember the exact wording, I can find it, but that only it makes it slightly more difficult to lose weight. It doesn't actually make you obese just genetically. So that, I guess, it doesn't matter for me if someone's obese or fat. Like, it doesn't matter to me
But
at
it does.
all. It
does.
It doesn't matter to me.
But it does. It does to both of you.
Well-
Because you both got triggered by it. Like, and this is my thing, right? My body, my business.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I use my body to talk about this, and like, for me, this is how I think about it, right? I've got a little boy who's 3.5, who's come out into this world, and I don't want him to go through life with other people's opinions telling him what's healthy, what's not. Like, he's going to make his own decisions, and he's going to go on his own journey.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, it's no one else's business what someone eats, how they look. That's what I truly, truly believe.
Yeah.
And that's because I've had to live with other people telling me that I should go exercise, that I should go do this, that I look disgusting, I'm a fat cunt, all this shit.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's the bad side of it. That shouldn't be happening at all.
But it's
No
like-
one should have an opinion on whether you should be fat or not. Like, no one should even have and that's the poor side of it. But it's just suggesting that it's a healthy way of living.
But this is the thing. I was on what does Australia really think about obesity?
Yeah.
And go watch that. It's an SBS documentary.
Yeah.
And they interview all different people of different sizes, doctors and everything. And it's like, this is what we need to talk about in society, is people's sizes is not determined by like how healthy they are or whatever. And so I know that you're like, I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah.
And that's because that's the experience that you've had.
Yeah.
But you don't literally know anyone else's experience.
Well, the
that's true.
the physical representation of a skinny person isn't necessarily healthy because
Exactly. And they
you
have
could be
they might
anorexic,
have-
you could be a cokehead, you could be fucking crackhead, whatever. Like
But that just might be their size.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. But the physical manifestation of poor health and poor nutrition is usually obese and overweight. So,
but that's because that's been marketed to you for such a long time.
Well, also what's been marketed to us is fucking poor health, like Captain Crunch. Fucking like there's.
I don't think we got Captain Crunch in New South
Wales. and we do look at, like, you know, there's a certain turning point. There's a certain turning point from, I think it is at the actual the addition of the food plate and the food pyramid at the time to our learning and educational culture, where there was an actual increase in obesity from that point.
Yeah.
So that's not to say that it's a bad thing that people are overweight. Like, fuck it, like, do whatever you want. But we can see there's a definite correlation between poor nutrition, lack of exercise, greed, fucking entitlement, sedentary lifestyle, all of that, and the rise in obesity and overweight people.
And what's the biggest cause of death in the world is cardiovascular disease,
which is caused by
poor health, poor nutrition. So that's what I mean. Like, the science behind a person that is morbidly obese or obese is that it is going to kill you faster.
But my thing is, right, if that's their choice.
But if they want to promote that as, like, fucking eat everything you want.
But isn't it crazy?
Live a shitty lifestyle, and then people are going, oh, well, if they're going to do it.
Yeah, that would be my only concern.
I want to raise a son who trusts himself.
Yeah.
And the reason why we all don't trust ourselves is because we're told from such a young age not to trust ourselves. Our parent, like, do you know what I mean? Through the way that we're parented, the things that we've shown and this and that. But then, you know, when he's older, he's going to make his own choices. I want him to trust himself. Like, go to Lizzo. She's up there on stage. She's fucking rocking her thing. Like, how beautiful that she's her and she accepts herself exactly as she is.
Which I think is completely
That's
fine.
super important.
I think
that to me is, like, way more important than fucking what she's eating on the snack bar or this or that. Do you know what I mean? Because like, it's about the person
100%.
and accepting. And, like, this is the thing, there's this whole talk around body positivity, and then positivity can be quite toxic, right? Toxic positivity and stuff. But for me, it's like what I coach women in and why I use my body to have conversations and me and my story is because I know that I've been able to live the best life that I can because I accepted myself in that moment. Because when I wasn't accepting myself, going back to, you know, when we were trying to talk about the stuff in the mirror and stuff, when I wasn't accepting myself, that was when I had no love for myself. I treated myself like shit with the words, the drinking,
and that's everything. The disconnect.
Yeah.
Hey Hard Yarners, hope you liked that clip. If you would like more clips like that, click here. If you want to watch the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to our channel, click here. And as always, join the Patreon for more risque content. Let's get hard.